Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just finished installing 16 LED downlights throughout this house. And there's a few areas, like this one right here, where I removed an ugly old light fixture and there's a hole in the ceiling. So I've got 3 of these patches to do, and today I'm going to show you how I get that started. Tomorrow I'll finish it. So this block of wood here is a little on the overkill side. That's one loud garage door. I'm going to show you a quick tip on how to lubricate your garage door with the WD-40 Specialist Spray and Stay Lubricant, no drip formula. Okay, you ready? We're going to raise it. Get even quieter. But now that all the paper and texture is removed from around the hole, that's going to give an area for the tape and mud to recess into to get more flush of a repair, and it allows for you to not have to feather it way out. Sometimes you will end up feathering a drywall patch out like that, but we're not doing that. We're keeping this simple. The LED downlighting really helps with ceiling repairs. I do know the entire ceiling is going to be painted with ceiling paint. That's a flat paint that also helps hide ceiling imperfections and repairs. So now I'm going to cut out a piece of drywall from a scrap that's roughly the size and shape of this. This is one of the pieces of drywall that I cut out of the ceiling to install the LED downlighting. I'm going to use this to make my patch. Just kind of holding it up there and eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to be using a setting compound and fire tape, so it'll be real nice. Just going to use my vibrating multi-tool to cut this out. This is my first attempt, and now I got to do a little bit more trimming to make it an exact fit. Alright, we got a really good fit there. I like the way that looks. I got to get all this paper off the top here. Just going to take my little putty knife here and scrape this off. Here's another example. I picked the most difficult one out of the 3 to make a video on. But I just wanted to give you an example of what they can look like. That thing is real bright. There you go. There's one and another. I relocated this light from there to here. This is going to be a ceiling fan. So yeah, that's what it looks like on easy patches. Now back to the difficult one. I'm going to be using a setting compound, also known as hot mud. Got my paper pre-wetted. Whatever you do, always pre-wet it. I always suggest you go outside and do this, but you'll feel like it. Just mix this up. I'm going to mix it thin and wet.
It may drop on the floor. That's okay. You want to fully impregnate itself into that paper. I don't need this anymore. I'm using a 6-inch knife.
All right, now you can fill this whole thing over while it's wet. I'm going to go hit up the other two patches with this thickness of mud, and then I may come back and hit it up. If not, you wait till it dries and then do another coat. This will be kind of a fill coat. I don't know how much mud I've got, but enough to fill it in, I think. Oh, yeah. That's the first steps done. Sand and texture tomorrow. Well, it's the next day, and I'm getting ready to start sanding this. Actually, I already started real quick, and I was like, holy cow, I'm making a video. So I'll show you the type of sander that I use on my drywall repairs. Here it is. I will leave a link in the description to where I bought this. I think it was only like 20 bucks. It saves me a lot of time cleaning up dust. With a good filter in there, I can sand quite a few drywall repairs before I just toss it and get another one. But this is what it looks like. I got a sanding screen in there. This is 80 grit. I'm not too concerned about the finish, is because I'm going to put a texture on the ceiling. You can see the holes in there. It sucks everything right in this, and you really don't even need a mask, but I'll be wearing one anyways. Alright, it's time to texture. Almost done. Again, this is 5-minute setting compound, or hot mud, however you want to call it. I'm going to mix it extra thin, meaning more water, so that I get a good texture. That's probably good enough. And I'm using that sponge there. I'll give you a close-up of what type of texture is on the ceiling so you can see what I'm matching. There we go. Oops. When you get all the lumps out, just keep on mixing. If it's too thick, when you blot this onto the ceiling or your wall, it'll stick out quite a bit. When you pull it away, it'll like stretching bubble gum, it'll come away and you'll have too aggressive of a texture. I'll show you how to deal with that though. This is pretty good right here. Can you guys see that? Got a few more lumps to work out, and then I'm gonna texture all my repairs. Now, if you have a ceiling or a wall that's been painted over the original texture, a lot of times, there's gonna be another step. And I'll show you what that is here in a second. Don't want to go too crazy with it. Just kind of matching it to the surrounding area. And that is, I'm going to call that good. If you get messing with it too much, you just end up messing with it too much. It doesn't, and it just gets worse. So one last step before you paint is I usually take just a rag and wipe this down, and some of these little high points will just get softened, if that makes any sense to you. Now as this dries, it'll turn white, but it definitely needs to be primered and painted. There is a painter scheduled to come paint all the ceilings in this house. There's some other things that I don't know what they're gonna. I'll probably be back once they move in and realize how much stuff has been ruined by previous renters. These ones here came out real good. You can see this side's a little bit heavier texture to right here, and then this is a whole nother room, and this is the other repair. You can see this weird pattern right there of the last person that painted this. They must have had some, like a dark ceiling, but that, you can see the roller marks. Definitely needs a paint job. That's how you patch and texture ceiling. Always make sure you paint it. When you have a lot of natural light coming in, cascading across the ceiling, really accentuates, I guess, the ceiling repairs. You can see this seam right here. It's even cracked, and there's a little bump where the two rooms meet. When you have LED downlighting, it really masks a lot of ceiling repair. So right now, I can't see that bump. That's one advantage to the downlighting, is that it hides ceiling imperfections. You can see there's a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes about the size of my pinky that I filled and gave a little blob and twist with the sponge to put just a little bit of texture on there. Again, with the LED downlighting, the ceiling is so shadowed, but you turn the lights off and you open up these front windows and get that light going across there, a lot of ceiling imperfections start showing themselves. That's why I hit these little holes up with texture. Thank you for watching. Merry Christmas. If I'm doing this right, this goes up on December 23rd. It's being filmed in May. That's right, it's May, beginning of May 2019, and I'm going backwards. I'm going to just keep cranking them out and starting at the end of the year, working my way backwards. So thanks for watching, I appreciate it.